What's going on, everybody? On today's episode, I'm going to be talking to you guys about why I feel the ATF rulings on pistol braces and rifle stocks are completely stupid. That is today's episode. Let's jump right into today's discussion. So according to the ATF, this is a pistol brace. These are pistol braces. See the pistol braces? And what the pistol brace is supposed to do is you're supposed to unstrap this and you're supposed to open this up and put this on your wrist and you're supposed to shoot your AR pistol, which this is an AR pistol. This is considered an AR pistol because the barrel length is less than 16 inches and it's considered a pistol. So in order for me to legally have this or own this, I have to put this pistol brace on it. So according to the ATF, this pistol brace before their ruling, before the current ruling where they're saying pistol braces are illegal, but before it, they said that this was completely legal to put onto this. If I put this on here, this was completely legal to have, and this is still considered an AR pistol. And according to the ATF, if I take this stock, remember, this is a pistol brace. This is an actual stock. There's not really much of a difference other than the opening right here in the bottom that goes over your wrist to shoot this as a pistol. But according to the ATF, if I put this stock on here, meaning I need to register this with the ATF just by putting this on, this now needs to be registered as an SBR or other type firearm. But this is the reason why I think that this ruling is stupid or was stupid in the first place, because now, according to the ATF, this is now illegal to have a pistol brace, even though they said before for the last several years that you can have pistol braces, and millions of people bought pistol braces for their AR pistols. The reason why I feel that this is a stupid ruling and this makes zero sense is because honestly, this brace doesn't affect how this rifle functions or shoots. It really doesn't. I can shoot this pistol the same exact way whether I have this brace or not. I can shoot this pistol the same exact way, just like this. I don't have to shoulder this to shoot this. I can shoot this, so I really don't need this. The ATF says that now this is going to be considered illegal. So now you're expected to shoot your pistols like this. And the reason why I feel that their ruling is stupid in the first place is because at the end of the day, whether I have this in the back of my pistol, AR pistol, or whether I have this, the gun shoots the exact same. These does not affect how the gun functions or operates. They literally doesn't. This have nothing to do with how the gun function or operate. Whether you have a brace on your AR pistol or you have a stock on your AR pistol, they both shoot. They're both gonna make this AR pistol shoot the exact same way. Matter of fact, regardless if I have this brace or if I have this stock on there or if I have nothing on there, it's gonna shoot the exact same. So I really don't understand the sense that the ATF makes with these rulings. If you're new to firearms, understand the ATF is going to try to sell you and tell you that these things are super scary. This is a brace. Oh, and if I put this on there, I have to register my firearm. If I put this stock on this AR pistol, I have to register my firearm because all of a sudden, this makes it super scary all of a sudden, and now it's magically now a completely different weapon, and it's now considered SBR. But the thing is, regardless if I have any type of brace or stock in this buffer tube, the rifle is going to shoot the exact same way. I can shoot this rifle with or without any of those pistol braces or stocks. It's going to shoot the exact same way. I can still put it up into my shoulder and shoot it the exact same way. So the ATF rulings and what they deem illegal or illegal on this rifle is completely stupid. Like, that's all I can really say about it, is that it's completely stupid, because it doesn't matter if I put this brace on here, it's gonna shoot the exact same way. Doesn't matter if I put this stock on here, it's gonna shoot the exact same way. The braces on the buffer tube has nothing to do with how the gun functions or shoot. It doesn't make the gun this. If I put this on this AR pistol, it doesn't make it more lethal. It doesn't make it more deadly. It doesn't make it shoot faster. It doesn't make it shoot more accurate. It functions the exact same because this has nothing to do with how the weapon operates. It has zero thing to do with how the weapon operates. If I put this brace back on here, it does absolutely nothing to make this weapon function or operate. This doesn't make it shoot any faster or slower. This doesn't make it shoot any more accurate. It doesn't make it shoot further. It doesn't make it shoot shorter. It does absolutely nothing. This AR pistol is gonna shoot the exact same way with or without a pistol brace, or with or without a stock, and now it magically becomes an SBR. It's gonna shoot the exact same way. The only thing on this pistol that's gonna affect any type of performance of this AR pistol is the barrel length. The shorter the barrel, the less velocity, the less muzzle velocity, the less force you're gonna have. Meaning you're not gonna be able to shoot as further out with a shorter barrel, because it's a short barrel, so there's less twist in the round to spin to go further. So the only thing that affects this rifle is actually the barrel length. Not the trigger, not the optics. The optics doesn't make the bullets go further. The optics makes you more accurate, which is what you want to do. If you're going to be firing a firearm, you want to be super accurate. You know, if you have it for self-defense, you want to be accurate. You want to shoot as less rounds as possible. If you're using this for hunting or a sport or whatever, you want to be accurate, so you use as less rounds as possible. So the optics and the stock has zero to do with anything on how this weapon functions. The only thing that makes a difference on this weapon and how it functions is the barrel length. The shorter the barrel, the shorter your rounds are gonna go. The longer your barrel, the longer and further out your rounds are gonna go. So what does that have to do with the brace or the stock on this pistol? It makes zero sense. It's absolutely, that's why it's so frustrating for us gun owners, because if you know anything about firearms, this or this on the back of your pistol or the back of your rifle makes absolutely zero difference. It doesn't make a difference on how the weapon performs. It doesn't make a difference on the velocity, the stopping power. This makes zero difference on your rifle. So this is why I feel the ATF pistol brace and stock rulings is completely stupid. Now, for those of you who are new to AR-15s, or new to the gun world and just getting into guns, and I know a lot of you are super confused. I know when I first got into AR-15 years ago, I was super confused. I didn't know. And this is the problem. The ATF makes these stupid rulings, and their verbiage is so vague that it's really hard to understand what they're trying to say. And if you're new to guns and you decide you want to buy or build a new AR-15 platform, you really might, there's a lot of people who are out there probably breaking the law according to the ATF, breaking their ATF rules, you know what I'm saying, and don't even know about it. There's a lot of people that's breaking ATF rules, can't really call them laws, but breaking rules, and don't even know about it because the ATF their wording and their verbiage is so vague, and a lot of what the ATF say contradicts itself. Like, I'm going to show you guys 3 of my rifles, and I want you guys to see how very similar, and unless you know about the ATF rulings and the ATF, NFA verbiage and laws, they're going to look very similar, and you're not going to really tell the difference. And if you don't know and you don't have certain things registered on your rifle with the ATF and registered as an NFA item, you possibly could go to jail for a lot of time and do a lot of jail time and don't even know that you're breaking any, I don't want to say laws, rules from the ATF. So this is an AR pistol. The reason being and why it's an AR pistol is the barrel length is shorter than 16 inches. So that's the main thing. The barrel length is the main thing that you need to understand. This barrel, I believe, is about 8.5 or 9 inches. I honestly can't remember. It's been a while. I had this for a while, and I have some multiple rifles, so I can't remember all the barrels. But this is definitely less than 16 inches, even with the muzzle brake. So this is considered an AR pistol, and you have to have a pistol brace. But I want you to look at this and see this one. All right, you look at it, take a mental snapshot. The next weapon I'm going to show you is this one. This one is considered a rifle. you notice it has a brace. Notice they have a rifle stock on there. I have a rifle stock on here. It's a Daniel Defense stock, and this is considered a rifle. And the reason it's considered a rifle, so now check this out. The barrel length on this is 14.5. It's 14.5 inches. So technically, this is supposed to be considered an AR pistol, and technically, I should have this AR brace on here. But this is why I say this is super confusing. So this is a 14.5 barrel. This barrel is 14.5 inches, so it's under 16 inches. So it's considered, it should be considered an AR pistol. But here's the kicker. Because the muzzle device is 2 inches, the muzzle brake is 2 inches long, and this is actually pinned and welded, so I can't just take this muzzle brake off. I have to get it unpinned from a gunsmith, and and if I put a shorter, let's say a shorter muzzle brake that's, let's say, inches, then this is gonna make this total barrel length 15.5 inches, and this is gonna be considered AR pistol. You know what I'm saying? So these are the little things that I'm saying on why the ATF rulings is super stupid. So because this muzzle brake is 2 inches long, this actually makes this rifle 16.5 inches, and it's 2 inches long, and it's pinned and welded, meaning I cannot remove this without getting it unpinned and unwelded. So this muzzle brake makes this barrel now technically 16 inches or 16.5 inches. So this is why this is a rifle, and this is why I can have a foregrip on here, and this is why I can have a stock on here. So if you didn't know, now you know. Now I'm going to show you the third rifle. This would be considered an SBR because the barrel is actually 8 inches, and as you can see, it has a stock on here. Also, I run this one suppressed with a direct thread suppressor. This is definitely registered to the ATF. This is considered an SBR, aka a short barrel rifle. The reason being is because it's an 8-inch barrel with a stock on it, and I have a foregrip. So if you have a foregrip, a stock, and anything less than 16 inches, this have to be registered to the ATF. This is considered an SBR. This is an NFA item. This has to be registered. Now I want you to take a look at all these rifles that I just showed you. Look at how similar they are. There are little small key differences in these rifles, and what makes them AR pistol, what makes it a rifle, and what makes it SBR. There's super small differences that if you're new to the AR-15 world and you're not 100% sure on what's legal and what's illegal because of how vague the ATF is, you can get in a lot of trouble. So this is why I feel that the ATF rulings on pistol braces and stocks are completely stupid. It's just, I really think it's just a money scheme to have people to pay money on tax stamps to get this registered tax stamp, to get their suppressor tax stamp and registered, to get this SBR now, tax stamp and registered because, they deem because I have less than a 16-inch barrel, I have a stock on there, I have a foregrip and a suppressor. This is a dangerous weapon. They according to the ATF, this is super dangerous. And you know what's the funny thing is that this rifle is actually less accurate than this rifle, because this rifle have a 14.5-inch barrel, so which meaning this one is going to have more muzzle velocity. This is going to go further out. This is going to do more damage, honestly, technically. But according to the ATF, just because this is less than 16 inches, for some reason they think it's more dangerous, and it's actually the opposite. The shorter your barrel, the less muzzle velocity, the less power you're going to have behind the round, the shorter the distance the round is going to be able to go. So the ATF wordings and, definitions and stuff is completely, it makes zero sense. A lot of their verbiage, a lot of their stuff that they say that's illegal, and, a lot of explanations on the rifles and pistols and SBRs is super stupid. And if you know anything about guns, you realize that it makes zero sense, because this is a longer barrel. This matter of fact, this rifle right here, this is a 16, this has a 16-inch barrel. So out of all the rifles here, or pistols or SBRs or anything others, out of all the ones that are here, this is actually the most lethal and dangerous one because it has a full 16-inch barrel with a 2-inch muzzle brake on it, you know, so which makes it an 18-inch rifle technically. This has more muzzle velocity and this have more stopping power than any of these back here. But according to the ATF, because this is a full-size rifle, this is less a danger to the public, which makes zero sense because this is the most lethal of all the rifles right here, technically from a muzzle velocity standpoint. But this is why I feel we need to abolish the ATF from being able to make rules that are enforced as laws. Because a lot of the rules that the ATF makes up pertaining to AR-15s, especially AR-15s, are stupid and they make zero sense. If you know anything about guns, if you know anything about shooting rifles, you know that anything that the ATF says makes zero sense. Like, how is me having a brace on this instead of a stock make this more deadly? How is me removing this brace because this brace is now illegal? How is me taking this off gonna affect the velocity or the deadliness of this AR pistol? It makes zero sense. This rifle is gonna shoot and function the exact same with or without this brace. So it makes zero sense on what the ATF tried to explain or tried to say, oh no, this is now illegal because it's more a danger to society. How is having this brace on this pistol a danger to society? This pistol is gonna shoot with or without that brace. It's gonna shoot the exact same. It's not gonna shoot any worse. It's not gonna shoot any better. It's gonna shoot the exact same. So how is this, having this on this pistol, a danger to society or a danger to the public or more dangerous? It makes zero sense, man. And this is why I feel that we really need to abolish the ATF. And the only reason why the ATF are going after braces is because, like I said, they want to get rid of the guns. They want to get rid of AR-15s. They want to get rid of guns. Pay attention to these politicians, how the first thing out their mouth is, we don't want to take your guns. We don't want to take your guns. But in the same breath, turn around and say, hell yeah, we're trying to take your guns. You don't need an AR-15. You don't need this for protection. You don't need 30 rounds. You don't need more than 10 rounds for protection. The same people are going to say, but, wait, we're not trying to take your guns. We just don't think you need one of these to protect yourself. While in the same breath, in the same picture, in the same video, are surrounded with security that most likely have these in their vehicles to protect them. This is why I feel the ATF rulings is super stupid and it's dumb. It's outright dumb. They make zero sense. And this is why I feel we need to abolish the ATF and stop them from being able to make stupid rules that are enforced as laws. This is why I feel it's stupid. I'm not saying get rid of the ATF completely. I already did a video explaining why I feel we do need a small version of the ATF. But in that video, I'll also go into more detail on what I feel the ATF needs to cut back on. And they need to stop being able to make stupid rulings that are enforced as laws. And when you have a president who is controlling, who got his hands up the ATF puppet hole, and you know, and the ATF is doing whatever the anti-gun president wants, I mean, that's not cool, man. Because at the end of the day, my AR pistol is not doing anything to anybody. I'm not out there doing anything illegal. I'm not out there doing anything wrong. I'm not out there trying to hurt anybody. These are here in my home to protect me and my family. These are not here to go commit crimes. These are not here to commit any type of violent act or anything. I have these because I like the sport of shooting. And I also want to be able to protect myself in the event I have to use one of these to protect myself and my family. I don't understand why the ATF and these anti-gunners are always trying to take my 2A rights away from me from being able to own this. I'm not out there doing anything wrong. I'm not out there committing any crimes. These weapons are in my home, locked away in a safe when they're not in use. So they're not a danger to society. They're not a danger to the public. The anti-2A people are going to say, oh, you don't need an AR-15. You don't need an AR-15. And the reason why they're saying it is because you got these politicians who are saying, you don't need AR-15s. But like I said, the security carry AR-15s. The security carry high capacity magazine, whatever the hell a high capacity magazine is. So this is why I feel the ATF rulings are completely stupid. This AR pistol is going to shoot the exact same with or without this pistol brace. If this pistol brace makes zero difference on how this weapon functions and shoots. So I don't understand what I really don't understand. I really can't make sense of anything the ATF says or ATF does. It makes zero sense. I really feel that the ATF are only here to attack the law-abiding citizens, because there are a bunch of criminals out there with guns. There are a bunch of criminals out there and felons out there with guns who shouldn't have guns. That's where the ATF needs to focus. That's where the ATF need to put their focus on, is the criminals out there with guns, the people who are out there illegally possessing guns who are not supposed to. The people who are out there committing crimes with guns, that's where the focus of the ATF needs to go. Not me, not the law-abiding citizens. Not if you're a law-abiding citizen, you never committed a crime in your life. Why are the ATF trying to get your guns? And why are they so focused on the law-abiding citizens with guns? Why aren't they focused on the criminals with guns? This is what I don't understand, and this is what no one can really explain to me. And at the end of the day, if you really look at it, they really just want to get rid of all the guns. They want to take everybody's guns away. But what I've been preaching for years is that even if you ban all guns and make all guns illegal, whether it's handguns or rifles, the criminals are still going to have their guns. There's still going to be a black market out there with a bunch of illegal guns on the streets. Criminals are still going to have their guns. The law-abiding citizens, you can take all their guns, you can take all their guns away from us, but the criminals are still going to have their guns. The criminals are still going to have guns. This is the main thing. It doesn't matter what law you pass, whatever smart gun control you pass, the criminals are still going to have guns. Colorado just recently passed this new bill where now we have to wait. You know, they raised the age limit to 21. Okay, cool. I can rock with the age limit, 21 to buy a rifle. I get it. Cool. But now they're saying we got to wait 3 days in Colorado before we can get our gun. And for the life of me, I'm trying to make sense. I'm trying to make sense of that. What is me waiting 3 days? If I'm mentally ill and I'm pissed off at the world, and I say, you know what, I'm gonna go legally purchase an AR-15 to go do whatever heinous crime and act I want to do. What is me waiting? What is that person who is gonna commit whatever heinous act? What is them waiting 3 days gonna do? It's just gonna delay whatever they're gonna do 3 days. So it makes zero sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand what they're trying to do, but they're going about it the wrong way. Making law-abiding citizens wait 3 days to buy a gun is not going to stop somebody who is mentally ill and who already have in their mind, they made up that they're going to, do something heinous and do something horrible. It's already in their mind. So making them wait 3 days is not going to change that. And at the end of the day, like I tell people, what's changed? What's changed in society? Because all of a sudden, mass shootings is super popular now. Like, mass shootings is the new trend, I guess. And I ask myself, what's changed? What's changed in the last 30 years? Because back in the 70s, back in the 80s, guns was around. The guns have always been around. The guns haven't changed. Yes, guns have become more advanced, but the concept of how a gun works is still the same. Nothing changed. The guns haven't changed. Yes, there are newer gun manufacturers, there are newer gun designs, or blah, blah, blah. But the gun itself hasn't changed. So what changed? Why all of a sudden mass shootings is the new norm? And we have to really be honest with ourselves. It's not the guns. So the guns hasn't changed. Stop blaming the guns. The people have changed. People have changed. That's what's changed. That's why mass shootings is now the norm. It's not because of the guns. It's because of the people. It's because of the mentality of that we have in America now, where everything is acceptable and everything is so sensitive. Oh, you can't be hard on kids because you're gonna hurt them mentally. Oh, you can't discipline your kids because it's such a cruel thing to do. So now we're in a society where you can't enforce discipline because the kids are so soft. Kids don't go outside and play anymore. Kids live their life in a cell phone or in some type of electronic device, an iPad, a computer screen, a TV screen. That's where today's kids are. They're in this fake social media world and they're not in touch with reality. And now you have a bunch of people who are loners who don't even go outside. They're in this fake online society. And they have a whole bunch of mental issues now because you can't enforce discipline. You can't do this. You can't eat this. You can't do this. You can't go there. You know what I'm saying? And today's society is so soft, and that's what's changing. Society is so soft nowadays. And it doesn't help when the news outlets glorify and popularize these mass shooters. When a mass shooter go out and shoot something, it's global coverage. The media is all over it, and then they're talking about the shooter. Oh, the mind of a shooter, the life of a shooter, and all this craziness. And they make documentaries, and they make short, they make these specials on TV, glorifying the mass shooters. And this is why mass shooting is becoming popular, because now you got the next trouble kid who's out there thinking, you know what? This person went out and shot a bunch of kids or whatever, and they became famous. The news talked about it. They've been glorified for months. Everybody talked about it. So now the next future mass shooter, the dude with mental issues who's got whatever issues going on, now he's thinking, you know what? Now how can I top that last one? How can I do something more sinister? And first of all, let me get a gun and let me start doing my master plan. And instead of the society we live in today blaming the individual, they blame the guns. And it's weird to me because alcohol and drunk driving has been around since before I was born. People has been killing people with cars, drunk driving with cars since before I've been born. I don't know the actual statistics, but people have been dying from drunk drivers for years. And nobody blames the car. They blame the person. And that nobody don't even, and as a matter of fact, they barely even blame the alcohol. They blame the person. Oh, well, he decided to drunk drive, and it's the responsibility is all on him. They don't go after the liquor companies. They don't go after the car companies. They blame the individual. But the minute somebody takes up a gun and takes somebody's life, all of a sudden they don't blame that person. They blame the gun. They blame the gun manufacturers instead of blaming the person. And that's the society that we live in today. Instead of blaming the person who's doing whatever he did, they don't blame the person anymore. They blame the gun. When it comes to guns, they blame the gun. But somebody can get into a car right now and run over and kill 30 and 50 people right now with a car. They're not going to blame the car. They're not. They're going to blame the person. Oh, that person did this and that. So I don't understand why there's such a distinct difference on placing the blame when somebody does something to hurt a bunch of people. Regardless if they use a car, regardless if they use a knife, regardless if they use a bomb, regardless if they use a gun. Blame the person, not the device used. You know what I'm saying? The device, these are inanimate objects. These will just sit here. You can lay this down on the ground. These, you notice, since I put those rifles there, did they get up and move? Did they just decide to just start shooting a bunch of people? No. They're inanimate objects. They're gonna sit there. They're just tools. They only work when a human being puts it in their hand and makes it work. So I don't understand why we can't blame the person. Why we always try to blame the gun? Why don't we always blame the guns instead of blaming the individual? Why? And anyways, man, back onto track, man. I'm done. This video is probably gonna get demonetized right off the top. I'm gonna tell you, it's probably gonna get demonetized because I'm kind of talking sensitive topics in the US right now. But anyways, man, but this is why I feel, and this is why I believe that the ATF rulings on pistol braces and stocks is completely stupid and pointless. So if you were to ask me, does this make any sense? The pistol, whether this have a pistol brace, whether this have a stock, or whether this have nothing at all, to me, it makes absolutely zero sense. It's stupid. It's pointless. The brace and the stock doesn't affect anything on how this rifle functions. So I don't understand why this little piece, plastic piece, is such a big deal in this AR pistol. It makes zero difference. The same thing with this. This is a stock. If I remove this stock and I put this pistol brace that's on here, if I put this pistol brace on this buffer tube right here, it's still considered a rifle, regardless if it have a brace or not. It's still gonna shoot the same. It's not gonna shoot any different. It's not gonna shoot any better. It's not gonna shoot any worse, whether or not it has this brace on here. So, like I said, I believe the ATF rulings on pistol braces, on stocks, and NFA items is completely stupid. It doesn't stop anything. It's not going to stop crime. It's not going to make you safer. It's not going to make your neighborhood safer because we don't have these on our AR pistols anymore. If we take off these braces, your neighborhood is not going to be safe. The gun is still going to function. The gun is still going to shoot the same. The braces have absolutely zero to do with it. But anyways, man, that's enough for my ranting. It just gets me frustrated with the ATF on just the mentality and how people buy into the stupidity of these politicians, and the ATF and the rulings are just super stupid. None of it makes any sense. But anyways, man, thank you guys for tuning in. It's your boy, Stats Aren't Silly. We're going to see you guys on the next episode. before you guys take off, man, make sure you guys like, make sure you guys subscribe, make sure you guys hit up the YouTube channel, show your love, man. Hit me up in the comments, man. Say hello, say what's up, man. But until next episode, man, remember, always be greater than you were yesterday. Live to train, because we train to live. And remember, most of all, you are your own first responder. Stats aren't sillies out.